Are you constantly feeling overwhelmed? Like you're spinning your wheels but not getting anywhere? You start a dozen projects, only to abandon them halfway through. Yeah, me too. Or at least, that used to be me. What if I told you there's a simple, almost ridiculously easy way to actually achieve your goals? Most people will dismiss it as too insignificant, but the 1% who pay attention to this secret will unlock a completely new level of success. We're bombarded with advice about massive action, setting huge goals, and going all in. And that's great, in theory. The problem is, our brains aren't wired for instant, radical change. We get overwhelmed, lose motivation, and quit. We feel guilty, and get back to our bad habits. Big changes are daunting, which can be paralyzing. The fear of failure and the amount of effort needed often stops us before we even start. The real question is, what if there was another way? What is microhabits? These are tiny, almost ridiculously small actions that you can easily incorporate into your daily routine. Instead of saying, I'm going to work out for an hour every day, a microhabit would be, I'm going to do one push-up when I get out of bed. Instead of, I'm going to write a novel, it's, I'm going to write one sentence every morning. Sounds pointless, right? But here's the magic, these tiny actions compound over time. One push-up becomes 2, then 5, then 10. One sentence becomes a paragraph, then a page, then an entire chapter. This is the power of the compound effect. It's also about dopamine. Successfully completing even a tiny habit gives you a small dopamine rush, which reinforces the behavior and makes you more likely to stick with it. How to implement microhabits. So, how do you start? Here's the key. Start ridiculously small. Think of the smallest possible version of the habit you want to create. So small it's almost laughable. Anchor it to an existing habit. Attach your microhabit to something you already do every day. For example, after I brush my teeth, I will read one page of a book. Make it easy and convenient. Place your workout gear next to your bed. Keep a notebook and pen by your coffee maker. Don't worry about perfection, it's okay to miss a day. The key is consistency over time. A common hurdle is thinking, this is too easy, so it won't work. Fight this feeling. The ease is the point. You are aiming to overcome the hurdle of starting. I want to give you an example based on the story. I want to tell you about Sarah. 2 years ago, Sarah was at rock bottom. She'd lost her job, her apartment, and was battling depression. She felt completely lost and overwhelmed. Everything felt impossible. One day, she stumbled across the concept of microhabits. She was skeptical, but figured she had nothing to lose. She started with one tiny thing, simply making her bed every morning. It felt silly, but she did it consistently. That one habit snowballed. Making her bed led to brushing her teeth, then to drinking a glass of water, then to going for a 5-minute walk. She started journaling one sentence a day about what she was grateful for. These tiny actions gave her a sense of control and accomplishment when everything else felt chaotic. Slowly but surely, Sarah started to rebuild her life. She found a new job, a new apartment, and her depression started to lift. Now, she credits microhabits with saving her. It wasn't about overnight transformation, it was about consistent, small steps in the right direction. It gave her momentum and a sense of self-efficacy when she desperately needed it. Sarah's story proves that even when you feel like you're starting from zero, you can turn things around with the power of microhabits. If you think it can work for her, so can you. So, here's my challenge to you. Pick one microhabit you want to start today, something ridiculously small and easy. Comment below what it is. Don't underestimate the power of tiny actions. 99% of people will scroll past this video and continue feeling overwhelmed. But you're not one of them. You're ready to unlock your potential, one tiny step at a time. If you found this helpful, like this video, share it with a friend, and subscribe for more life-changing tips. See you in the next one.